Have you ever wanted to go or are planning a Disney World trip within the next year or so? Today I'm going to inform you on the best way to plan for a Disney World trip. First thing is planning financially. Second thing would be what to pack. And then the third thing would be is the best time to go. Me personally, I've been to Disney World 4 times, but I've been 3 times within the past year and a half. So I'd like to say I'm pretty experienced and know exactly what to pack. Not everyone gets the chance to go, so if you do ever get the chance to go, I highly recommend that you go. It's really fun and well worth it. So the first thing is to plan financially. This is a big part of planning a trip because you don't know how much you're going to spend. You don't know how much you're going to spend, and depending on the size of your family and how long you're staying could impact how much it will total out. The total cost will be, including souvenirs if you want some more food. So first thing would be to figure out how long you're gonna stay. It could be 1 week to 2 week. If you're going to stay longer than a week, I suggest getting a lower budget hotel resort, such as like Disney's Art of Animation, which could range at it starts at 150 a night, and then there's your more expensive ones that could range almost close to 1,000. Depending on the size of your family, you might want to go. If you have a bigger family, you might want to look for a cheaper one. As to where if it's you and your significant other, you can probably get away with getting a more higher class resort. Um, Another option for you to save money would be staying at another hotel that's still on Disney property but isn't technically considered a Disney resort. These hotels still will provide transportation to and from the parks when you need it. Another thing I would look into is trying to plan ahead on how you're going to get from the airport to your resort that you're staying at. A couple options is you can do Lyft or an Uber. I believe Lyft is cheaper. It can ranges usually $14 for a ride. Or you can do what me and my wife did, which was a round trip with Mears Connect, and that cost us, I believe, $16 a person for round trip. And they will pick you up from the airport from when you arrive, and they will drop you back off at the airport to when you depart. Another thing is that you would want to plan your Disney trip within a year in advance at least, so that way you can go on Disney World's website and you can choose a payment plan option that works best for you. Second thing I would recommend when planning a Disney trip is what to pack. Packing is a big thing because Orlando's weather can range from being rainy to hot. In Orlando, it is usually hot and humid, so I'd recommend taking an extra change of clothes because you can either get rained out or you can sweat through it. So when it rains in Orlando, it pours. So when packing, I would consider packing an umbrella in case it does rain, or ponchos are really great. And like I said before, an extra change of clothes that in case you need a change after it gets rained out. Another thing I would recommend packing for you and your family would be swim shorts, because every Disney resort has a swimming pool, and on your days off that you just want to relax, you can head to the pool and go swimming. Another thing I'd recommend packing is laundry detergent and softener if you want to pack that. Every Disney resort offers a place where you can wash and dry your clothes. They have washers and dryers there at the resort. So what me and my wife did, we decided to wash our clothes mid-week that we were staying, just to have extra clothes and new clothes in case we got rained out on or sweated through. And the third thing that I would consider to when planning a trip is the time to go to a Disney trip, when to go. Usually the best times to go, that from what I've experienced, is you want to go from in between November to May, and these are the weather. These months are the best weathers you can probably get. It's usually ranges from 80 to 90s and degrees Fahrenheit, and it can occasionally it'll drop down to 70s, which is still isn't terrible. And the months to avoid would be June to October, and this time period is considered Orlando or Florida's rain season and hurricane season. So it's going to be more moist and just you're going to get rained out on a lot more. What also I take into consideration is that when you go in between these time periods, it could be really hot, and it's always sunny there. So I would recommend taking some sunscreen and just take precautions about the weather. And for me, Disney World is really fun, and I think that anyone that that has the chance to go should take it. It's well worth the time. It makes memories with you and your family, or you and your significant other, and just the whole environment is so much fun. But when planning the trip, it could be overwhelming, like I said, because one, you need to plan financially, so you could be overwhelmed on how much do I need to save for food or souvenirs and whatnot. Second thing, it could be overwhelming because you don't know what to pack. The first year, me and my wife struggled because it was our first time we ever went, and we were struggling. We didn't know what to pack, and we were kind of worried about, oh, what if we don't have this or certain something. And the third thing is when to visit.